Hello students, today we will discuss the important objective type questions on electron optics. So let us start. First question is the trajectory of an electron under the influence of a uniform magnetic field when it is injected in a particular perpendicular direction to the magnetic field is. In this question, we have to find out the trajectory of an electron in perpendicular magnetic field. So when the electron enters in perpendicular magnetic field, in that case, because of magnetic force acting on the electron, so because of that magnetic force, electron moves in a circular path. So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is circular. Second question is the trajectory of an electron under the influence of a uniform electric field when it is injected in the perpendicular direction to the electric field is. The question is same as the previous one, but in this case, instead of magnetic field, electric field is there. So when the electron enters in perpendicular electric field, in that case, electron follows a parabolic path. So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is parabolic. And we know that circular path is followed when the electron enters in perpendicular magnetic field. Helix is the path followed by the electron when it enters at an angle to magnetic field. And linear path is when the electron is parallel to the direction of electric field as well as when it is parallel to the direction of the magnetic field. So for perpendicular electric field, electron follows a parabolic path. Third question is velocity filter is used to get the velocity of electron beam. Constant, higher, less or none. So this is the device which is used to get the velocity of electron beam constant. Velocity filter filters all the unwanted velocities, higher or lower. It moves the electron in undeviated path with constant velocity v, which is equals to electric field to magnetic field. So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is constant. Fourth question is a cathode ray oscilloscope can be used to measure. So CRO is used to measure AC voltage, DC voltage, frequency. So we can measure all these parameters with the help of CRO. So the correct answer of this question is option D, that is all of above. Next question is the screen of cathode ray tube is coated with which material? So the screen of cathode ray tube is coated with the photoluminescent material. We can say fluorescent material is used because these materials have a property to emit light or to glow when highly energetic electron beam strikes on it. So the fluorescent material is a phosphorus. So the correct answer of this question is option A, that is phosphorus, because phosphorus has a property to emit light when highly energetic electrons strikes on it. So the position of electron can be identified on the CRT screen with the help of this fluorescent material, that is phosphorus, which is not a part of CRT. CRT stands for cathode ray tube. So CRT has three main parts, that is electron gun, deflection system and fluorescent screen. But this trigger circuit is not a part of CRT. Trigger circuit is the part of cathode ray oscilloscope, that is CRO. So trigger circuit is not a part of CRT. So correct answer is option D. Seventh question is the intensity of the electron beam controlled with the help of. So in CRO, we can control the intensity of electron beam with the help of control grid. We can control its intensity by placing the control grid at higher potential or lower potential. So the correct answer is option D. The function of aqueduct coating is, the aqueduct coating is near the screen, and this aqueduct coating is used to remove the secondary electrons which are accumulated on the screen. So continuous there is an accumulation of electrons on the screen, and because of that the intensity of the screen decreases. So remove this to remove these secondary electrons, there is an aqueduct coating, and the second main important function of this coating is to supply that secondary electron towards the cathode by the internal circuit. So we can say that two functions are there. First is to remove the electron from the screen, and second to supply that electrons towards the cathode. So the correct answer is option A and option B. So option D is correct because the answer is both A and B. Next question is, Bethes law deals with the refraction of. We know that in Bethes law, the electron travels from one region to another region having different potentials, because in that the non-uniform field is there. So in this Bethes law, it deals with the refraction of electron. Means electron travels from one region to another region with different potentials. So answer is option B. 10th question is to find out the masses of the ion. Which device is used? There are so many devices, that is Weinberg mass spectrograph, velocity filter, cathode ray tube or electrostatic lens. But to find out the masses of ions, this Weinberg mass spectrograph is used. With the help of this Weinberg mass spectrograph, we can find out the masses of the ions, or as well as we can find out the linear separation between the lines of that ions. So correct answer is option A. 11th is, an electric field having the same intensity and same direction at every point in a region is called. So when there is same intensity and the electric field flowing in the same direction at every point is called as uniform electric field. But this uniform electric field is also recognized as a homogeneous electric field. Homogeneous means same at every point. So both answers are correct, that is homogeneous and uniform. So we can say that option D is correct, that is both A, B and C. Next question is, how much force exerted on a charged particle when it moves parallel or anti-parallel to the magnetic field? We know that when the electron enters in parallel or anti-parallel magnetic field, then magnetic force is acting on that electron or the charged particle, and the force acting on the electron is given by EVP sine theta. But because the particle is parallel or anti-parallel, so the angle formed between the direction of motion of electron and the direction of magnetic field is either 0 or 180 degree. And in both the cases, sine 0 or sine 180 is 0. Therefore, the force acting on the charged particle is 0. So, option A is correct. To get a stationary waveform, which circuit is used? To get a stationary or steady waveforms on CRO screen, the trigger circuit is used. So option D is correct. And the delay line is used to delay the signal, vertical amplifier is used to amplify the signal, and this time based generator is used to generate the sawtooth voltage. So to get a stationary or steady waveform, this trigger circuit is used. Which type of waveforms are generated by the time based generator? So this time-based generator generates the sawtooth wave voltage or sawtooth waveforms, sweep voltage, time-based voltage, or it can generate the ramp voltage. So there are so many names for the waves or the voltage generated by the time-based generator. So we can say that option D is correct, that is all of this. So these are the questions related with electron optics. So thank you so much.